Hello friends and neighbors, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Paul Henderson, and today I've got a promise to keep. When I showed that list of videos I wanted to make in the last one, I was completely serious. I want to make all of those. This is episode 2 of a multi-part series where I intend to explain my opinions on every job in the game after the lengthy process of getting them all to max level, and processing my feelings on them. For more information, check out my previous video, Why I Leveled Every Job to Max in Final Fantasy XIV. Today, I'm talking about my favorite job in the game, and what is, in my opinion, the all-time best melee DPS in the game, period, the Humble Dragoon. I have a lot of positive feelings wrapped up in this job, and a large part of that has to do with the fact that Lancer was my starting class. I started playing Final Fantasy XIV in, oh sweet Jesus, October of 2015, so about 9 years ago. I had heard of Final Fantasy XI when I was a kid, and I knew that 14 had both launched and completely bombed before being resurrected. That was almost 10 years ago, so I'm afraid I don't remember much, but I definitely remember one thing. I wanted to make a little guy. So I picked a Lalafell, named him Pauluni Hendruni, and the rest is history. I don't remember why I chose Lancer specifically, but I know I liked its vibe. Starting with Lancer is also, incidentally, the same reason I have such a strong affinity for Gridania and the Black Shroud as a whole, with it being my starting area. Ah, Gridania. You funky little land of eco-fascism. Will your rampant racism and unwillingness to adequately address your historic and present crimes ever be resolved? I doubt it. Give me a call right in the middle of my recording. I think the easiest way to sum up my feelings about Dragoon is in 2 words: nostalgia and comfort. Nostalgia is the easy one. I've always played Dragoon, and for the majority of my playing experience, it was the only job I ever played. As I mentioned in my last video, I never leveled another job, seriously at least, until 6 years after I picked the game up. I'm not sure how common this is, but I'm told incidences of playing like this are not zero. Secondly is comfort. In my mind, Dragoon is the default melee job. To this day, I build my hotbars for my other jobs entirely around the original configuration I came up with for my controller hotbars a decade ago. Pad player, by the way. Every other job I play, in one way or another, has its controls based around how I've set up Dragoon. Some of these are a bit more esoteric than others. Obviously, I'm not ripping 1, 2, 3 combos on Black Mage, but there's still something there. But what keeps me coming back today? There are other jobs I now genuinely find easier to play than Dragoon. It's not like it's the hardest job in the game by any means, but I still have to be pretty actively paying attention to manage it. It's not like the queue times are doing me any favors in the roulettes, and I don't play with friend groups enough to justify needing the comfort of playing Dragoon in hard content over something else. But honestly man, it's just the fucking vibe. Of all the jobs except maybe Monk or Warrior, it feels the most like a job any old Joe Schmo could end up doing. When you start your Lancer class quests, Yawain Deepwell, the Lancers Guild's guildmaster, explains that the lance is an everyman's weapon. Even a humble farmer could pick up a polearm and go to combat with it if needed. Obviously, the Dragoon aspect of things gets a lot more complicated, what with jumping tens of hundreds of feet in the air and blasting dragon spirits out of every orifice, but the base conceit is still sound. Also, I can't deny the sense of importance being a Dragoon gives you in the storyline. I didn't know this at the time I chose Lancer, but of course, Dragoon is also the featured job of Heavensward, with the story of the Dragoon job quests being directly tied into the main plot of both the expansion at large and one of the main characters of that expansion, Estinian. To my knowledge, Estinian is the only character from any of the A Realm Reborn job quests to be promoted into a major supporting character in an expansion, and then further promoted into a main character outright, in Walker in this case. If I'm wrong about this, if I've misunderstood or gotten my information incorrect here, just yell at me. Not in the comments, just yell at your monitor. I'll hear it, I promise. There's just something so damn cool about having that job, your job, be the through line of the entire game from beginning to end. I'm not sure any other job gets that kind of love, and having stumbled into it accidentally, it's fun, man. It's fucking fun. All right, lightning round. What are some other things I like about Dragoon? Fucking jumps are cool. I love jumps. Lance charge into True Thrust and Heaven's Thrust has been satisfying literally since the very beginning. Backflips are fun mobility. The Dragoon stereotypes are bullshit, but they're also all correct. I am the best floor tank in the game, hands down. When you do Starfire Dive and it animation locks you for nearly a full second, and if you try and double weave, you'll just always clip your GCDs every time. Always feels absolutely insane to me, but I still love it anyway. Okay, last one. You have a weapon skill called Disembowel. There's a weapon skill, and it's called Disembowel. Like, what the hell, man? Alright, I'm done. That's not nearly all I have to say about Dragoon, but I want to save that for another video much farther down the line. If you enjoyed what you saw and heard, and want to keep tabs on my releases, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, man, it turns out some of y'all really liked hearing me yap. I thought I'd have something like 20 views at most on my last video, but part 1 of this series already has like nearly 2,000 views on it as of recording this. The YouTube algorithm decided y'all needed to see this, and y'all agreed. So I appreciate all y'all clicking on the last video and checking it out, and I appreciate you coming and listening to this one as well, even hearing my end of video spiel. I really appreciate that. It's going to be a long journey to get to where I want to go on this series, and I hope you will stick around with me and join me on this long and wild ride. Now, join me next time when we finally decide to broaden our horizons and explain why I finally picked up a second job and made my main tanking job Dark Knight. Thanks for watching. All right, okay.